This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Electronic Motor Racing Network, where we are broadcasting the American Sim Motor Racing Network for the second week in a row. And, well, there you see right there that pink car, number 91, Patrick Koro, trying to get into the chase at Homestead Miami Speedway in the regular season finale for the ASMR Trucks Hauck Designs Truck Series. Well, regular season finale. My name's Alan Bledsoe, and I'm joined here in the booth by the one and only Brody Tolstica. That is how you say your last name, right?
No, it's Brody Tolstica. It's a hard name to say.
Tolstica, okay. Good to know. I think everybody will appreciate knowing that.
Yeah.
So, we are witnessing history here where these guys are trying to make the chase. And I've got to take a look at the points here, because it's a pretty tight battle between none other than Tim Wilkin, who missed last week's race, and Patrick Koro. 17 points is the difference. Brian Tarnowski is only what is that, 23 points ahead of the cutoff. And Brandon Benedict Patrick Koro and Brandon Benedict both find themselves outside of the cutoff for that top 8 playoffs or chase, and it's gonna definitely make for a very interesting regular season finale. What do you think, Brody?
I think it's going to be a heck of a battle. It's going to be pretty interesting with some of these guys. It's going to be a bunch of hard racing for sure because it's the final race of the regular season. So we'll see what happens.
For sure. Meanwhile, we have Dave Gage on the pole for tonight's race. That doesn't happen very often, but when it does, hey, you take advantage of that. Go, Dave.
Yeah, that is something I didn't really expect.
So, Dave Gage is on the front. Dave Gage and Nicholas Burlow are on the front row. Brody, can you tell us some track facts here tonight?
So, just chilling in the race chat with some of these guys for a little bit, and they were all talking about during practice that it was the turn 3 and 4 were just extremely slick. It was like that the sun was just beaming down on that all day, and then it wouldn't stop, and now the sun's setting a little bit, so hopefully it'll calm that side down a little bit, but that's going to be the hardest part of the track today.
Yeah, for sure. So, we've got Dave Gage, obviously, we've mentioned earlier, with a 33.238 was his qualifying time. And then Nicholas Burlow with a 33.266 to his outside. In third place is going to be Tim Wilkin in the 998 with a 33.317. And Riley Hoots to his outside in fourth place with a 33.336. Fifth place is going to be Brendan Mathia, 33.380. And in sixth place is going to be that 10 car of Chris Bates with a 33.4. In seventh is Jeffrey Johnson with a relatively decent qualifying lap, 33.423. And then Matthew G. Wilson there in eighth place with a 33.543. Cody Profit in ninth with a 33.556. And Patrick Koro is in 10th. He rounds out the top 10 with a 33.729.
Yeah, I bet Nicholas Burlow is not happy with being in second because, I mean, he was in first place in qualifying pretty much the entire time.
And then Dave Gage just kind of steals it from him.
Yeah.
Burlow was also the fastest in practice as well. But, obviously, this track is well known for eating up tires.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have to see how these guys do on the long runs.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be, in my opinion, there's going to be some pit strategies with tires more than fuel today. But there's going to be a lot of lead changes. That's one thing I can say with this track, that there's going to be a lot of lead changes.
Honestly, I believe that.
This is a tricky track, so anyone can lose like 10 spots in one turn with this kind of track, so never know.
And Nicholas Burlow actually beat Dave Gage to the line. He kind of, I don't know whether Dave Gage spun his tires or if Burlow overshot jumped the start, but I don't know how the admins are going to look upon that. They might frown upon that.
Yeah.
Typically in the NASCAR races, if the leader gets beat to the line, as we've got a crash, Riley Hoots,
Brandon
KPM,
yeah,
just got decimated in that crash. What?
And John, I believe, is this John's debut or is this his second race?
I think this is his second.
His second race, yeah.
Jeffrey Johnson just straight up overdrove that turn and took a lot of trucks with Riley Hoots.
We need to talk about that Cody Prophet there, just barely making it past.
I don't know if Cody Prophet actually did make it past.
I didn't see any contact there.
We'll ride along with him here. There you see those guys. Oh,
Just
you're
barely
right.
made it past.
Just barely. Wow.
Nick the wall just a tad, but you know, no critical damage. Actually, no damage at all. So that's one good thing you like to see here.
But
you never want to be a part of the first caution.
Jeffrey Johnson there. He's actually in the 2 car, or in the 2 truck, but his truck number is 22. He has been penalized for that before, so I don't know. I don't know how much longer Jeffrey Johnson has in this league, but obviously starting off the first crash on lap 1, so overdrove
on the hardest part of the track too.
Yeah. And just took 2 KPM trucks with him.
Yeah. You just gotta feel bad for Brendan Mathia there. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time there. He had nothing to do with that, and then just got collected in it.
For sure. Unfortunate for those guys.
Yeah.
But they still have a fast repair. Obviously, Brendan's gonna have a little bit of work to do because he's gonna be a lap down at the end of this. One. But hopefully, as we see John, now I called him Spite, but I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce that name.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call him John because that's a hard last name to say. That's harder than my last name, so.
Oh, and Brendan had to tow. That's gonna cost him a lot. So
looks like Patrick Koro didn't take a fast repair. He still got damage on his car.
Oh, that is a lot of damage on the left side and the rear end of that car.
Yeah, I don't think he knows how much damage he has on that car, or if he just thinks that he's able to run well with that damage.
I think he's looking for this race to be a little bit of a race of attrition.
Yeah.
He's expecting to be involved in more wrecks than just that one.
Mm-hmm.
So we should take a look at the points here. We've already looked at where the cutoff line is, but Brendan Mathia, he's actually the points leader by a good 51 points, more than a race on Ed Hauck in second.
Yeah, this is one really cool thing here. Brandon Mathia, however you say his name, he's in first. Mathia, he's in first place, and he doesn't even have a win here, which is pretty cool. It just shows that you don't really need to win to be in the top spots in the playoffs.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at the other series, the Cup Series, we've got Clark Jenikin, who has won pretty much everything. He is the points leader. But in second place is Dave Gage, who, I mean, he's right now in the lead of this race. So you don't have to be, you don't have to win every race to be the points leader, but it certainly helps.
But one thing I can guarantee you right now, this is one thing that, in my opinion, watching NASCAR in general, I hate, is seeing a part-time driver in first place. Because, there's people here, they're battling for wins, points, and all that stuff. And Tom Wilkin, who's right there in second place, I can guarantee you he wants to get this win. So if they're still 1-2 by the end of this race, who knows what will happen there. Yeah,
and Mathia is back out on track. He is 2 laps down. He's about to miss this restart, but that's the good thing. He's back on track.
Yep.
Green flag is out. Lap 6 is underway for Homestead Miami Speedway. Tim Wilkin looking to the outside of Dave Gage, but Dave Gage is going to be able to clear him.
Yeah, Dave Gage got a really good start on that restart there. way better than his than the original start in the race.
And Jeffrey Johnson, who started that last crash, and Matt Wilson needs to change his paint scheme again.
Yeah, he was talking about that. He had some paint scheme issues. iRacing wouldn't let him race in the Tundra, and he's in a different league with Burnt Rubber Motorsports in a truck league. So he was forced to pretty much run the Silverado, not knowing anything. So he's rocking number 88 today.
Well,
with the track
Oh,
and there he goes
Johnson. Matt Wilson just barely got by that. Wow.
That was awesome from Matthew, being able to get past that.
For sure. And that's going to help Brendan out. He's going to get the wave around, or he's going to get one of his 2 laps back. So
yeah.
Jeffrey Johnson goes from kind of messing up that one car's race to, I mean, halfway saving it. He's still got to get another caution and hope that, you know, nobody else goes a lap down before the stage break, which is, I got to double check, lap 30. Stage break is at lap 30. But, and Patrick Koro you see going down pit road.
Yeah, he's probably going to get some more damage repaired there, if not a fast repair now.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I'm looking at the replay right now. It looks like just Jeffrey Johnson was just driving too hard for that spot on the coming out of turn 3 and 4, which is the worst part of the track, so.
Yeah.
That just happens, but with this kind of track, it doesn't matter what spot you're in now, it matters what spot you're in at the end, so he could win this race, as I'm saying right now. Just because he's in the back does not mean his race is over. Which is one good thing about this track. This track is unique compared to all the other ones, where with some of them, if you're in the back, then you're probably going to stay in the back. But with this kind of track, everyone's passing someone every lap, every turn, every straightaway. It's a pretty intense track here. And with it being the final race of the regular season, that can make it even more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Really, we could see some really interesting, some key moments play out in this race. Tim Wilkin in second place, that's a big deal. But one truck that's not in this race is Brian Tarnowski.
Yeah, he's missed a few races this season, and him not being able to attend this race is really bad for his points. So that could mean that he might not make it to the playoffs.
That's the big thing right there. He is only 23 points ahead of the cutoff. Basically, all Koro has to do is finish this race, and he's in the playoffs.
Yeah, Brian Tarnowski pretty much needs Patrick to not finish this race.
He wants Patrick Koro to be outside of the points at the stage end, so 11th or 12th, which 12th isn't going to happen. 11th might, but and he also needs Koro to wreck out. That's
just going to be that's one thing here. If you're in iRacing, it makes everyone understands, like, if you can't make the race and everything, but with you not making the race and you being only 23 points ahead of the cut line and there's a bunch of people trying to make it past that cut line, then it's going to be a pretty big deal, because there's a really high chance now that you just simply won't make it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brandon Benedict, he's well outside of the cut line. He's, let's see, like 56, 58 points behind. So he's definitely not making it into the cutoff or into the chase.
Yeah.
But
what sucks for Brandon because he's a good driver.
absolutely.
But if he was able to make these races, I'm pretty sure he would be like all these races. He would have definitely been like a top 5 driver.
And he's not in this one, so there's definitely no chance.
Yeah. So pretty much the battle here is just to see if
Between Brian Tarnowski and Patrick Koro.
and Tim Wilkin, if Tim Wilkin ends up not doing well this race, but as of right now in 3rd place, he's doing pretty good.
Yeah,
But Nicholas Burlow's back in 2nd place now.
Meanwhile, we're coming out of turn 4. The pace truck is about to let the field go. Once that truck hits the line, it's all Dave, and there he goes. Well, green flag is back out. Lap 12 will be underway here.
Yeah, Dave Gage with another great jump off on that restart.
Yeah, got ahead of Nicholas Burlow, and Tim Wilkin is right there behind Burlow. Oh, here they come. Burlow giving Dave Gage a little bit of a push.
And he goes on the inside of Dave Gage. This might be an interesting part right here.
Can Dave hold him off on the high side? Looks like he's going to this time by. He will lead that lap. But Burlow's not going to give up.
Yeah, he's going to try hard to get that 1st place spot.
As he does every week.
Yeah.
This is definitely his characteristic to him.
Yeah.
He always wants to be up front.
Yeah, but sometimes it doesn't really end well for him. Sometimes he gets wrecked out or just doesn't finish well in general. Oh, and he's loose coming out of the turn.
Dave Gage got a little bit loose, and Nick Burlow saw that and turned the truck a little bit harder, and it got himself loose. So Burlow's going to try out the outside here.
Yeah,
Crossover.
Yeah, don't count out Chris Bates, though. He's right behind Tim Wilkin, or at least he was, but it's a hard battle now.
Coming out of turn 2.
And Nicholas Burlow's now just barely in 2nd place.
Gage gets a little bit loose, and that's going to allow Burlow to get the lead.
Nicholas Burlow is the new race leader here at Homestead.
Lap 15.
Now Tim Wilkin's going to try to pass him. Dave Gage is just running that high line.
Dave, you can see how loose that 404 is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have a number 404 on it. It is just Sheriff right now, but
it has it on the hood of the truck, but if you look on the side, it just says Sheriff.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the admins will think about that, but he is an admin, and I'm pretty sure they did say that he's fine to run that as long as he has the number on the car, which he does. Then he should be fine.
Well, I mean, considering he's not even a full-time Truck Series driver, I don't think there's any problem anyway.
Tim Wilkins just trying so hard to get in 2nd place right now. But
Burlow is driving away. He put up a 33.680 that last lap. For reference, that's 0.3 faster than Dave Gage in 2nd.
Yeah. I mean, whenever Nicholas Burlow gets that clean air, he just goes, and it's insane with how fast he is.
Yeah, for sure. So
Patrick Koro still didn't take the faster pair, just updating on that pit stop that he had on the caution. So that means he just took some optional repairs and just went back out.
And you can see it. He's a little bit slow right now. He's barely keeping up with Ed Hauck in that 7 car.
I'm sure eventually he's gonna have to take that faster pair, or else he's just gonna eventually get lapped.
Well, and that's one thing that Brendan Mathia in the 1 does not want. Looks like Mathia's saving his stuff, saving fuel, saving tires. He really wants to see a caution right now.
And it could happen with how hard some of these drivers are racing, but they are a little separated now, at least in the front. Yeah, they're all decently separated, but oh,
the 4 of Cody Profit almost gets breaks it loose there.
Got a little loose coming out of the turn there, going on the outside lane. But besides that, everyone's pretty much spread out right now. They're just taking a chill pill right now. They know it's a long race ahead of them, so they just want to ease it up just a little bit. They don't want to race too hard.
And that's one thing that I know Riley Hoots and I know I might be slightly biased towards KPM since I'm on that team, but
Yeah.
like I was talking with Riley Hoots, Brendan Mathia, and Matt Wilson, and those guys, they just want to save their tires. They want to make it to the end of this race, which obviously they've already been involved in one incident. They only have one faster pair left, so like Mathia there, it almost looks like he's going half throttle down the straightaway. He's saving as much fuel as he possibly can, and we're gonna see if that helps these guys in the long run and at the end of this race. Obviously, we're only 21 laps in a 100-lap race, so they're just, I mean, as I've said, they're just saving as much.
Yeah, but here's the thing. With Riley Hoot's saving strategy, I know he didn't really have it at Daytona, but I mean it worked. Even though he pretty much got wrecked out, he had to use one of his faster pairs towards the end of Daytona. I mean, he still came up there and won that race. You know, I was surprised there whenever I was racing. I was so confused on how someone that was in last place was able to just get up in front in 3 laps after being involved in a pretty massive wreck that took out pretty much half the field. But that just shows how talented some of these guys are, which could help them in the long run in this race, and maybe for the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we know that there's definitely going to be a caution here in about 7 laps. So it's going to be really interesting to see what these guys do under said caution, because we're going to have the 30 laps here, but we also have the 70 lap run to the end. Is there going to be a caution to change the strategy, or are these guys going to run it like 35 laps to the end of that stage, or to the end, or to the middle of that stage, and see what happens there? They only have 3 sets left.
Yeah, I know we were talking about Patrick. I knew we were talking about Patrick Koro being a little slow, but he's right next, or at least he was next to Jeffrey Johnson just there, which either means Jeffrey Johnson's running a little slow, or Patrick Koro is being able to get some speed now.
And well, one thing that I've noticed is Jeffrey Johnson tends to use up his tires. In the corners, if you watch him in the corners, and he's been in the wall, you can tell.
Yeah, he's definitely been in the wall.
If you watch his steering...
Oh, and he gets loose. He is loose. He goes down on the straightaway. My fault. I was...
but watch how hard he turns the wheel here.
Yeah, I mean, he's turning pretty good, but he's still getting in the wall. And now Patrick Koro is able to pass him there.
Yep. And that's just going to slow you down. The more you hit the wall, the tighter you're going to get. And, yeah, the harder you're going to have to turn that wheel in order to make the corner.
Yeah, he's still turning that thing pretty hard, and he's still going up the track on the turn, but someone goes in the pits there. Unsure on who that was.
Profit.
Oh, wow. I guess he's doing the pit strategy now, even though there's 3 laps until the competition caution.
Yeah, this one, I'm not sure if this one makes any sense, because he's going to need to take he's going to go a lap down before this stage end. That means Mathia's going to have to really work hard here to stay ahead of Cody or to get back ahead of Cody Profit.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking there.
This is going to be a really interesting race right here off of pit road. Is Cody Profit going to stay ahead of the 1?
I don't think so. I think Brandon Mathia is putting a little bit more speed into it. He's still not really full gassing it. He's just keeping it easy, but I definitely think he will be able to pass Cody Profit within these. Because you don't want to be You don't want to take tires and everything before the competition caution and use them up like crazy just before the competition caution happens. But you can see he is catching up to him just slightly.
Well, Cody Profit on fresh tires is going to be faster.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much Brendan saved.
See, that's just one thing that sucks there. You've been able to have that lucky dog, that free pass for the entire race, and then someone just goes a lap down. Oh, and he's in the pits again!
I think he might have sped on exit.
Oh, wow.
And that is going to... Well, that's going to bring Brendan... That's going to be really, really good for Brendan, honestly, because I'm sure Brendan was pretty furious about having the lucky
I'm sure he was. I don't think he wanted to be a lap down. I'm sure he wanted to race for a little bit. He didn't want to half gas the entire track. But hopefully he can stay up there. I'm sure Cody Profit might get lapped again here.
Yeah, he's already been lapped. And the caution's out. That is the stage break. And Nicholas Burlow is your stage winner, followed by Dave Gage in the 404, the 998 of Tim Wilkin, the 10 of Chris Bates, Matthew G. Wilson in the 18 or 88 as is on the track. Riley Hoots is in 6th. Ed Hauck is in 7th. Patrick Koro is in 8th. Jeffrey Johnson in 9th. And Brendan Mathia rounds out your top 10 point getters.
So that's one bad thing already for Brian Tarnowski. Patrick Koro already got some points there with that stage, so that's going to be really bad for Brian Tarnowski.
Well, with that, we are going to take a commercial break, and we'll catch you guys back up and bring in your stage winner, Nick Burlow, after this. This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race. Welcome back to the Electronic Motor Racing Network, everyone. We are here with your stage winner, Nick Burlow. Nick, what do you think of that first stage? Pretty crazy at the beginning, and then it settled down there.
Yeah, I almost ruined my whole race right at the get-go going into turn one. I got a little loose, got a little excited, passing for the lead right there, but no, this track's always super loose. The first few laps, so the tires warm up and all that good stuff, but it was a fun little first stage.
So how's the car driving here, or truck driving here on this racetrack? You said it's a little loose, obviously. Is that just kind of how it's just gonna be throughout the whole race?
Not really. It's once your tires warm up, you're pretty good. You can kind of get out of the corners a little better. I mean, there's always a little looseness, especially out of 4, I feel like. But I'm just trying to run as high as I can and still be fast, conserve as much tires as I can. But this next stage is obviously longer, so tires will be more of a factor. in the long run, unless we have a bunch of cautions. But can't really expect cautions. Just gotta roll with it when they come.
So is the Highline working, or is it just wearing out the tires? I've heard that running the Highline actually wears the tires more with this update.
I don't really. I guess maybe it would. I haven't noticed it, but from my experience in either track run in the Highline, you usually can save a little tire just if you're a little bit slower at the short run. But you gain speed towards the end. But I haven't really noticed it. But I haven't really been around everybody. I'm just trying to stay as smooth as I can. Like I said, conserving tires is huge here. You wear down those rears, you're gonna have some troubles getting out of 2 and 4.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're 1 lap to green, so we're gonna let you go. And good luck for the rest of this race.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
So that was Nicholas Burlow with in the 88 car, won your first stage, and is gonna give it a go for this next one. But pace truck is about to let the field go. Nicholas Burlow will lead them to the green right here, as Dave Gage is on the outside. And there they go. They're off. The 88 car is on his way. Lap 35.
Yeah, you got a good start off of that so far.
That was a huge jump. Dave Gage was almost caught sleeping there, as Tim Wilkin is going to look to his outside.
And yeah, he might be stressing out right now. He's gonna have to deal with 2 people. Right after Tim Wilkin, he's gonna have to deal with the number 10 of Chris Bates right behind him.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chris has been fast. He was fast throughout that entire first segment. So we'll see if Chris Bates can get around that 404, just as the 998 just did.
Dave Gage has been doing, he was doing pretty good for a little bit, but now he's just not really as fast as he used to be. But he dives down on the inside. Dives down on the inside. He must have heard me.
Yeah. He gets to the inside of Tim Wilk, who is loose. Wow, that 998 got real loose. Almost
just barely nicked the wall.
And here comes the 10, Chris Bates, with Patrick Koro with a fresh
truck.
Patrick.
Yeah, got that faster pair. I guess he was waiting for the stage to end, seeing if there was going to be any other cautions that he might have been involved in. Didn't get involved in any more, so he just decided to take that faster pair, and now he's back with the pack.
Really, that was a really smart decision. Koro got a chance to see what the truck drove like with a bunch of damage, and now that he's got actual horsepower, here we see him running in the top 5 in 4th place ahead of Chris Bates now. Riley Hoots there in the 25. You can see he's blinking a little bit, but Chris Bates back to the inside of Koro.
Yeah, Chris Bates was able to get on the inside of Patrick Koro, and Riley Hoots was actually catching up and got to the back bumper of Patrick Koro. So, don't know what happened there.
Meanwhile, still the fastest truck on the racetrack is Nicholas Burlow. Oh, never mind. It's Brendan Mathia.
Wow.
33.672, as you, Brody, you can see it right here on this leaderboard up here.
Yeah.
33.672, racing with Jeffrey Johnson, who,
dives down on the past the white line.
Burlow with a 33.755, and then Tim Wilkin with a 7.13. Those are your top 3 times. And Jeffrey Johnson is around.
Oh,
once again.
No. I don't know if he has
both sides in the wall.
Yeah, I don't know if he has a faster pair or not. He might have used it. No, I don't think he did, because those cautions that he had, he didn't really touch anything.
You can see right here, he's already sideways. Just breaks it loose, loses talent, loses grip, and puts both sides of the front end into the
Yeah.
wall.
He's just driving that thing too hard. He's just got to relax a little bit because sometimes, actually most of the times, whenever you're driving too hard, you're not going to be fast.
Yeah, slow is fast in a
Yeah.
lot of cases. But looks like Burlow's gonna go. He fakes to pit road. Okay.
And so did Brandon Mathia there. Now
Uh,
here's one thing that
Bates.
I like to show out here. Oh, Chris Bates goes into the pits.
yeah,
One
he's
thing
on
that
pit road.
One thing that I always want to look out during the cautions are these paint schemes, because some of these guys, they just got amazing paint schemes.
Chris Bates with that BRM scheme.
Yeah, he's been keeping it the same the entire season. Just been running that BRM paint. I've normally run a different paint every race because I like to keep it unique. I don't always change it up. But one paint scheme that I'm always a major fan of whenever I'm either watching these races or I'm in these races. There's actually two of them. It's actually Patrick Koro with his 91 car. I actually like the pink twist that he put into it for October. And then we have Brendan Mathia with his Gatorade truck. It's a pretty nice truck, actually. It's actually one of my favorite designs. I don't know if Matthew G. Wilson designed it for him or if he got someone else to design it for him, but it's pretty nice.
Well,
Speaking of...
first-hand experience. I get my paints from the same guy that Brendan got his, and that is James Brossiker.
Oh, James Brossiker, yeah. I thought it was Matthew G. Wilson because Matthew G. Wilson actually makes some paint schemes himself.
Yeah, he does. And
he doesn't have
made Brendan's original Gatorade scheme, but then James took those colors and that car, and just kind of made it look like a KPM truck.
Yeah. But one thing I want to point out here, Matthew G. Wilson, his paint scheme, it's the wrong paint scheme, but it's a nice Lakers color paint scheme. Even though I'm not a fan of the Lakers, it's still a pretty nice paint. But he's also got some damage on the left side of his truck. I don't know if someone hit him or if he nicked the wall just a tad, but
yeah, it looks like the right rear's got some significant spoiler damage.
yeah,
kind of bent in a little bit.
Yeah, one other truck that I just want to talk about real quick is Ed Hauck's Pontiac. I believe it's the Pontiac Firebird. Am I right? Because I mean, he's got a nice looking paint there. It's a paint I haven't seen before. I'm personally a fan of the Pontiac Firebirds. I like what they do with them, and I wish they still made them because they would look pretty good now. But you know, Ed Hauck's always able to put anything he wants onto a truck, which is something really, really cool.
Yeah, he's got the Pontiac Firebird colors up, and his teammate Dave Gage is running the polar opposite scheme. If you guys have ever watched, oh goodness, why am I not recalling the name of the movie? Oh my gosh, how am I not remembering?
Here, we'll get back to it if you can remember it. I'm sure there'll be other cautions where we can talk about these nice looking paint schemes out here.
But we're about to go back to green, and yeah, Nicholas Burlow and Dave Gage are going to lead the field here.
Yeah, and look at that, Brandon Mathia right in the middle of the pack, which, in my opinion, that's a good place to be after being in the back almost the entire race. So I feel like Brandon Mathias, Nicholas Burlow gets a nice jump off of there. He went on green, but still, no one else really got a good jump off of that.
Yeah, Dave Gage once again caught sleeping on the restart, and Tim Wilkin is going to take advantage of that. Going to take that second place back from Dave.
I don't know if
and look
Dave
at the
Gage,
25.
Yeah. Riley Hoos is coming up to him. I don't know if Dave Gage is like paying attention or if he's not just getting these good starts, if he's just spinning his tires all the time. Because that's something that I do with some of my restarts, and it just kills everything. And he's a little loose here, trying to get on the inside of Tim Wilkin.
Dave is driving it so hard right now, trying to keep it ahead, and breaks loose once again.
Yeah, he's running a little loose with how hard he's driving on that inside line. But the
Here
sun
comes
is
Riley Hooks.
The sun is setting, so the track won't be as hot as it always is, which might be a good thing for turns 3 and 4, because like I said, all the drivers that were in the racing channel were just talking about how turn 3 and 4 is just extremely slick. But
Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, really?
Yes, Smokey and the Bandit. That's the that's the movie I was trying to figure out.
Okay. Well, at least you finally figured out the name.
Yeah. But Tim Wilkin is putting a little bit of pressure on the 88 of Nicholas Burlow.
Yeah, has Tim Wilkin ever won a race? I don't think he has. No, he hasn't.
No, he's gotten in the top 3. He's gotten podium finishes a couple of times, and I know he's not a talker, so he'd rather just type in a chat and leave Discord completely alone. And we've got another caution. Looks like the 10 car of Chris Bates.
Oh, wow.
Once again involved in another crash. That's a big crash right there.
That's one thing Chris Bates doesn't want to say. With Jeffrey Johnson as well, as he's towing. Jeffrey Johnson just went into the wall and just came back and just hit Chris Bates, and Chris Bates flipped, and then Jeffrey Johnson just caught in the tow. So that's
Johnson loose there off of turn 4, bounces off the wall, gets into Chris Bates, and Chris Bates almost flips over completely.
Yeah, he caught some air there.
And I'm sure Bates is not happy about that.
Yeah, he's been at the wrong place at the wrong time for the past few weeks now. And that's just one thing that I don't like seeing, because, you know, Chris Bates, he does good, like, pretty much all the time, with especially with tracks like these, and he was actually running pretty well today, but that's just wrong place, wrong time, and hopefully he still has a faster pair, but he called in a tow, so...
Yeah, that's going to put him at least a couple laps down. Jeffrey Johnson has left the session. He is out of the race. And Nicholas Burlow looks like he's going to lead the field down pit road. Oh, yeah, Tim Wilkin made a late move. That might be an unsafe pit entry.
Yeah. I'm looking at Jeffrey Johnson's cockpit right here just to see if he, you know, turned the wheel left any. But no, that wheel is just facing the right It was facing the right side coming out of the turn, and then he was turning it left just a tad, but it just wasn't going left until he actually hit the wall, which that's just something really bad. But Jeffrey Johnson is out of the race. He would have been out of the race anyway because he already used his faster pair, and his truck just pretty much just died on him there. So that's one thing you don't want to see with some of these drivers.
Yeah, for sure.
Ed Hauck, I believe.
Yeah, he stayed out. Ed Hauck stayed out. He's going to inherit the lead, and we are going to take a quick commercial break as we are halfway through this race. We'll see you guys in a couple minutes. This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Electronic Motor Racing Network at Homestead Speedway, broadcasting the American Sim Motor Racing Ed Hauck Designs Truck Series regular season finale. As well, your leader is Ed Hauck. They're in that 7 cars. We are 1 lap to green, going down the backstretch. We are also joined here by Jeffrey Johnson, who was involved in that last crash. Actually, I think you've been involved in just about all of the crashes in this race. So, Jeffrey, not the greatest of nights for you, and it finally came to an end there with that last wreck. Just tell us about what happened there. Or okay. I mean, that's fine too. Well, Nicholas Burlow is to the inside of Ed Hauck, and Ed Hauck spins his tires a little bit. Burlow's going to get a huge jump on him.
Yeah, Ed Hauck just not really a good start. He's still losing spots now. He's just running that high line.
Yeah, I think he might have made a mistake staying out.
Yeah, made a really bad mistake. Yeah, Jeffrey Johnson just had some communication issues, but sadly no interview with Jeffrey Johnson. But
yeah,
you know,
well, we've got a race for the lead here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it was a rough night for Jeffrey Johnson. He didn't do so hot tonight.
Yeah. But here's one big thing right here. Tim Wilkin trying to get his first win of the season, and from what I've heard, he's been in the podium finishes a ton this season. So it would be pretty insane here if he would win. And one thing I'd like to mention too, Nicholas Burlow, he is racing for his 2nd win right now, and I'm pretty sure he joined this league, I believe, halfway through the season, because I don't recognize him being in any of the races.
So Nicholas Burlow was in ASMR all of season 2, and I don't think he missed a single race, but it took him 4 or 5 races to actually join. Looks like 3 races. He joined in this season on race 3 or 4, race 4, and yeah, not sure what happened. I think he was actually part of a league, and that's why that raced on Tuesdays and missed the first 3 races of the season. But ever since then, he's been racing here in this series. But yeah, he raced all of last season for points, and he actually made the Final 4. He made the Championship 4 last season, but lost it to Corey Melton in the 48.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very solid race car or truck driver. Just wasn't able to make the first 3 races of the season.
Yeah, but it didn't really look like he needed those first 3 races, because I mean he's already won once, looking to win his 2nd time this season, and he's above the cut line in 5th as of right now from the points that I'm looking at.
And he's
I'm
finished
looking
in the
at
top.
3 race points.
He's finished in the top 5 in 50% of his races that he's run. He's run 6 races this season, and he's above the chase cutoff. So 5th place in points, looking to get 4th from Matt Wilson. He's 15 points behind. I don't think he's going to get that, but yeah, just pretty incredible what he's been able to do this season.
Yeah.
One of the few drivers, him and Riley Hoots, pretty much the only ones that have won races, not named Clark Jenikin.
Yeah. Clark Jenikin's just been insane this entire season. For the truck season, for the 2 races that he was in, won both of those races that he was in. And now he's not able to race in the truck series anymore this season, but
because because of the
because
rules
of
that
the
were
wins.
put in place. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm sure that didn't bother him at all in the Cup Series because, I mean, he's the only person that has won a race in the Cup Series.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
not the only person. Riley, no, not. Never mind.
Mario
I'm
Morendo is the only other person.
Yeah, he's the only full-time driver to win in the ASMR
Yeah.
Cup Series.
Which has been really frustrating for, well, yours truly, because
Yeah.
I've been fast, but not that fast.
Yeah, you've been able to do good on those stages with the strategies to get in first place, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll win one eventually.
Dave got a little loose there.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at points for Cup Series. But even the Cup Series, even though Clark Jenkins ahead by a mile, you know, it's still going to be pretty intense for the Cup Series too, because I mean,
how's that points cutoff looking? Because
so it's looking like teammates Robert Hanrada and Brian Voles are going to have to fight for that position.
2 points apart.
2 points apart to get above the cut line, which is just something we don't want to see, especially me, because I'm a part of this team and I'm going to have to watch these guys battle for 8th place here. But since Michael Overstreet really isn't racing here as of right now, that could be something. But right now, the two main people that are battling are sadly teammates.
And Overstreet is, well, actually, yeah, Overstreet is gonna make the playoffs, or is gonna make the chase, if he so chooses to actually race.
Yeah.
But yeah, because he's 70-some points ahead of 9th.
Yeah.
So.
Which is one thing that sucks. That's something a lot of people don't even want to see. Even if you're not even on that team and you're still racing here, you don't want to see teammates battling it out for playoffs, for the last playoff spot that's available, pretty much.
Well, you know, both of those guys have only run part-time schedules. Brian Voles, I don't think he was planning to run part-time, but
yeah, he's had some issues.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to make all the races, but I mean, he's still in 9th place. He's still so close to the cut line with Robert Hanrada. He was so close. Robert Hanrada was so close to winning at Sonoma. I remember watching that race, and I was just so mad that Clark Jenkins just won at Sonoma, because that was, in my opinion, the best shot Robert Hanrada had at winning a race.
Yeah, for sure. And Robert will say it himself. He believes that he was faster than Clark, but Clark made a move that ultimately cost Robert that win.
Yeah.
And we've got a side-by-side race here for 3rd place. Dave Gage to the inside of Riley Hoots in the 25.
Yeah. But if Robert Hanrada is racing this week, we are racing at Homestead for this, correct? For a Cup Series?
Yes, and I think Brian Voles will. I personally, I think Robert will be faster than Brian if we race tomorrow, or if we race on Monday.
If Robert races on Monday, then that's his next best shot at winning a race, because I mean, he loves Homestead. At least what I've heard of, that he just loves this track. So he could pull off a win, but it's going to be hard to pass that 81 of Clark Jenkins, because he's just been on fire this entire season.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go win every single race, and with the exception of one because of tire strategies.
Yeah.
And not be a favorite to win again.
Yeah, I mean, I can guarantee you he's a favorite to win, but I've seen I've seen a lot of NASCAR things that were similar to this, like last season with Kevin Harvick winning 8 races as well, but he didn't make it past the first round of the playoffs. which is just, I don't know what the point system is here. I don't know if it's the same as NASCAR or if it's different, but if that is the case,
it's very similar. Yeah.
yeah, if it's very similar, then there still can be a chance that Clark Jenikin could possibly not make it to the Final Four. But as of right now, I definitely have him as my pick to win the championship again.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. He's got way too many bonus points. He's gonna be way out there ahead of everybody else. I think I'm gonna be in like second or third to start the chase.
Yeah.
But because of my stage wins, but I'm not gonna be anywhere near what Clark is.
Yeah.
But looks like Patrick Koro, he's pretty solidly in the top 10 in this race. Going back to the Truck Series points, I think Koro is going to make the chase, and Brian Tarnowski is going to fall out.
Well, don't jinx them now. You don't know that happened.
Well,
but yeah.
I mean, he's gonna finish in the top 10. That's almost guaranteed.
Well,
Jeffrey
yeah.
Johnson and John Spite are both out of the race, and Koro is still on the track. So.
That is true. So I guess pretty much, if he finishes or doesn't finish, he's still going to be placed in the top 10, and that's just going to end all hopes for Brian Tarnowski there.
Too bad Brian couldn't make this race.
Yeah.
But that's going to keep Tim Wilkin inside of the playoffs, or inside of the chase. Brian and Koro will jump up. Brian Tarnowski will be bounced outside of the cutoff. That's a really big deal. I mean, Brian Tarnowski has made almost every race this season. Just hasn't had the speed all season to be able to.
Yeah, he hasn't had the speed, and he hasn't really had the best luck, I will say, with this series. So with this year, but I'm pretty sure that as Ed Hauck pits, I'm pretty sure that Brian Tarnowski, he could have, if he races next season, that could be a comeback season where he's going to win at least one race. Because you never know.
Honestly, I could see that happening, but only at a super speedway.
Yeah, only at a super speedway. You know, I'm like Brian Tarnowski. I can only win at super speedways as of right now, but eventually I'll be able to be better at these kind of tracks like this, and then eventually, hopefully, finally win a league race. I still haven't won a league race yet, so out of all the leagues I've been in.
So one thing I want to point out in this race, Dave Gage has been consistently the fastest or second fastest race truck on the track right here as he gets cut off by Tim Wilkin.
Yeah, I'm sure Dave Gage isn't happy about getting cut off by
had to slam
Tim
on
Wilkin
the brakes there going into turn 3. But Gage has been consistently faster than everybody else, with the exception of Burlow. Burlow has been putting up competitive times, but I think Dave might actually have a shot at being able to catch Burlow if he can get the clean air he needs to get ahead of that 98.
If he gets clean air, or if there's a caution and he gets a good start, then there is a high chance that Dave Gage will win this race. But if there is no caution and Dave Gage does not get any clean air, and neither does Tim Wilkin, then Nicholas Burlow will probably be the race winner with 27 to go.
Yeah, I think Dave needs to try the high side, try to get around that 998 on the outside, because he's clearly faster. He just needs to get by him. And I think Wilkin is protecting his position, doing everything he can, playing with the air, and Dave kind of drove it real hard into turn 3 there. Might be using up his tires.
Yeah.
But these guys still have to make one more pit stop, as we see Brendan Mathia making that right now.
And we don't know if that's going to be a good thing or that's going to be a bad thing for him.
Well,
hopefully.
We're going to have to make sure that everybody's got to keep it straight in order for Brendan to be able to make it, to make this work, because if there's a caution as he short pits, I mean, it could be a real bad deal for him.
As Nicholas Burlow is also going to pit here, so that means Tim Wilkin will be the race leader.
And Dave Gage is going to fight him for that lead. Riley Hoots also on pit road.
This could be a bad thing for Tim Wilkin and Dave Gage because they're one of the only people that, I mean, they're about half and half right now, but of people that have pit and haven't pit, but I would say that they would have to pit soon within like the next 2 laps. I understand that they might want to like lap these people to get somewhat of an advantage on them, but eventually, if they don't pit within like the next 3 laps, then everyone that pit will be catching back up with them.
And Burlow, I mean, he's already going to, I mean, I think he's going to get his lap down, because he's 1 lap down right now. He's going to get his lap back before these guys pit, unless they pit right here, right now.
Yeah, he managed to be near them still whenever he came out of the pits. But, yeah, as of right now, they still won't pit.
Yeah, I think he's going to get his lap back before they pit. Which is going to be a really big deal, because then a caution could come out, and Riley Hoots, what happened to Riley Hoots?
Oh, he's a little slow. I don't know what happened
something happened there.
Oh, he hit the inside wall.
Wow, he just got loose trying to keep up with his teammate, Brendan Mathia, and locked it up. And
don't know if he drove it too hard.
He hit the inside wall pretty hard right there.
You could tell he was smashing down on those brakes, but it just wasn't working. He just still hit that inside wall.
He probably should have stayed on the brakes there, because as soon as he let off the brakes, it went back down, and yeah, that's going to cost him a lot right there. He's already down to 8th place.
Yeah, that's a major deal.
Meanwhile, the 404 is on pit road. Tim Wilkins stayed out another couple laps, and the 18 of Matt Wilson is also on pit road.
Yeah. From what it looks like now, Nicholas Burlow got his lap back from what it's showing from the leaderboard. So that means 6th place to 9th place, all those guys are 1 lap down, and then 10th place with Chris Bates is 2 laps down, and then in 11th and 12th, Jeffrey Johnson and John Spite are both out of this race.
I think Wilkin really needs to come in as soon as he can, because Dave is going. I mean, he was racing Dave for the lead before Dave pitted.
Yeah,
but
that means Tim Wilkin. He's the only person that has not pit.
Koro hasn't pitted either.
Koro hasn't pit either.
Nicholas Burlow is the only one on the lead lap that has already made a pit stop.
Yeah, so I'm sure Patrick Koro, if Tim Wilkin pits within like the next lap or 2, then Patrick Koro is definitely going to go with him.
Yeah, for sure. But I think Tim Wilkin, this is going to lose him so much time, because here comes Brendan Mathia to unlap himself. I think Brendan Mathia is going to be in 2nd place at the end of this run.
Yeah, Brendan Mathia, he has a good chance to possibly win this race. Even though
I don't know about that. Nicholas Burlow is way too far out ahead with 19 laps to go.
Yeah,
Mathia has been consistently faster, but actually no, that's a lie. Burlow was 0.2 faster than Mathia on that lap.
Yeah.
So.
But the thing is, there could be lap traffic issues. Anything could happen to Nicholas Burlow, and if Brandon Mathia is still if he's in 2nd by the time, if Nicholas Burlow ever has an issue, then that'll be the best thing that could ever happen to that one truck this season.
I mean, yeah, an issue for the 88 if he does, make a mistake. That would definitely be huge for the 1-car season.
Yeah, and there goes Dave Gage as he's getting his lap back from Tim Wilkin, and Wilkin still has not pit.
I really am thinking that this is a mistake by that 998. I mean, obviously you cannot make it all
Yeah,
like 50 some laps that you have to run here.
Yeah, with how slow he's running, too, you can tell he has to run those turns extremely slow because of his tires. So every time he like goes down low, I think he's going to pit until he just passes the commitment cone. It's just not in pits, which is a very big issue.
Yeah, he's really hoping for a caution, and I don't think he's gonna get it. This race has gone green way too long, and everybody, the whole field is spread out. There's nobody next to each other right now.
Yeah, no one's next to anyone. The closest that people are what I would call rivals right now, which is Chris Bates and Nicholas Burlow, which are the closest. Well, actually, no, scratch that. Patrick Koro and Cody Profit are the closest.
Yeah, not anymore, though. Profit just passed Koro.
Yeah, I mean, but they're still pretty close. They're closer than Chris Bates is to Nicholas Burlow.
Oh, speaking of, Tim Wilkins about to get passed by the 7 car. Ed Hauck about to unlap himself. And you take a look at this, you remember where Nicholas Burlow was when he came out of the pits, right? Right behind the 998. Look at where he's at on track now. He is a full, like, 1/3 of the track ahead of Wilkin. As Wilkin missed pit road, that's going to slow him down.
I don't know if he missed pit road or if he was just thinking about it and decided not to do it. But whatever he did there was just a massive mistake because that slowed him down a ton.
He's going to run out of gas. I really think he missed pit road, and now he's gonna be in danger of running it out of fuel on the backstretch here. Really big mistake by that 998.
Yeah. But it's really good for Nicholas Burlow. Nicholas Burlow now in 2nd place. So, Tim Wilkin pits. Nicholas Burlow will now be your race leader once he passes him. Now, Burlow is still on the backside of the track. He's still got to make it past that line. But I'm sure he'll be able to pass Tim Wilkin by the time Tim Wilkin comes out of the pits. But now, pretty much everyone that got lapped in that pit strategy is no longer lapped.
Yeah, I personally think Tim Wilkin made a big mistake. I mean, a couple of big mistakes there. And it's cost him a top 5 finish, I really think.
Yeah, with how long he just stayed out and him missing the pits was just major. I'm sure he was waiting for that caution, but I didn't think he knew that everyone was just spread out. No one was really next to each other. Yeah,
for sure. And Cody Profit is right there next to the 998, or ahead of the 998 now. And Chris Bates coming down pit road. He was looking for a caution to come out because he's multiple laps down.
I don't know if he's gonna park it or
Johnson.
I don't know if he's gonna park it or if he's just gonna do a normal pit strategy here.
I think this is normal pit strategy. He was running low on fuel. He was.
Yeah, there you go.
He was the one that really needed the caution.
Yeah. So that's just gonna suck because now that might bring him down to 3 laps down, which pretty much means that he's not gonna get back on the lead lap.
And one battle that I am really watching closely is this battle between the 1 car and the 404. 404 on a couple lap fresher tires. Brendan Mathia has 16 laps on his tires. Dave Gage has 12. 11 laps to go. Dave Gage is right there, and I think Mathia is just gonna have to protect his position. And here comes the 404 to his inside. Gonna side draft a little bit.
Yeah, it went a little loose there. So now we have 10 to go, and Dave Gage has the inside of Brendan Mathia, and he's going to make a full pass on him on that turn.
Yeah, Brendan Mathia falls to 3rd place. Dave Gage to 2nd. And without the 998 in front of him, I think maybe, just maybe, Dave Gage in that 404 might have a shot to try to catch that 88. But, I mean, 88 is really too far ahead, honestly.
Nicholas Burlow is really far ahead, but if he's catching lap traffic fast, which I don't think he is, But if he is, then that could be crucial for him because we know how lap traffic is sometimes in these races. But
yeah.
but since they're not bunched up, it probably won't be as hard as Nicholas Burlow. But there could be like some people that just won't give him that line that he wants to run, and he's gonna have to run a line that he's not comfortable with, and then that could kill some of his time.
For sure. But again, there's only 8 laps to go. Dave is gaining on him. Actually, that time by, he was only a 10th faster. If Dave is 6 seconds back, that's going to take 60 laps to catch Nicholas Burlow.
Chris Bates is back into pit road. But
speeding penalty, maybe?
I guess. But one thing I can say is that Dave Gage is catching up with Nicholas Burlow, but that's only whenever he's on the straightaways. Whenever he's on the turns, Nicholas Burlow, in my opinion, is way faster than him. But once Dave Gage gets on those straightaways, that's when Nicholas Burlow is on his turns, and that's just when he gains that time.
Oh. Gage actually gained on Burlow by 0.3 of a second that time by.
No, I don't know if what's going on with Nicholas Burlow, if he's just trying to run it smooth so he doesn't wreck the truck.
Yeah,
with 7 laps to go.
He may just be trying to keep it steady and not make any mistakes. But Dave is pushing really hard right here.
Yeah, he wants to get at least near Burlow.
Burlow with a 34.485. Dave with a 34.090. 0.4 of a second the difference that time by.
Wow.
Dave Gage still 6 seconds back. I really don't see him catching the 88, but man, if that 998 didn't block him as much as he did, I really think Dave would be up there a little bit better than he is.
So we're at 5 to go here.
34.597 for the 88. The 404 got a 34.129, another 0.4 of a second gained.
Yeah, Nicholas Burlow, he's running about the fastest he is on the straightaways is right before he slows down for the turn at 172 miles per hour. So I don't know if he's trying to run it. I don't know how fast you're supposed to be at the track, but I don't know if he's trying to run it slow just to keep it smooth, or if he's running normally. But
I can't
know. Say.
Dave is definitely pushing the truck. He ran half a second faster than Nicholas Burlow that time by.
I just want to say, with Nicholas Burlow, that turn that he was just on, he was lifting up a ton and almost hit the wall. But
Cody
he's still
blinking in and out. He just got lapped by the 88.
Yeah.
Difficult race for that 4 car, but Dave Gage is only half a straightaway off of the 88.
Yeah.
If only there were more laps, I mean, Dave would be right on top of him. Another half a second. 4.8 seconds back now off of the 88.
Yeah, one thing I want to mention, Chris Bates is now out of the race. There are only 9 people that are racing as of right now.
That's a big deal for Patrick Koro, who, if he finishes where he stands right now in 7th place, he will be in the chase.
Yeah. As we have 2 to go here, Nicholas Burlow still leading this race, but Dave Gage is catching up, but it's not enough.
Yeah, not quite by enough. 0.4 of a second he gained on the 88 that time by. He needs about 10 more laps, and he might have a shot. But
yeah, but the issue is we don't have 10 more laps left.
We only have 1 lap left.
1 lap left. Nicholas Burlow gets the white flag, and he is just going to try to run it smooth here.
Runs through the center of the racetrack, through turns 1 and 2 for the final time on the backstretch now. And nobody in front of him, nobody behind him. Dave Gage not able to put enough pressure on him yet, or at this point. unless Nicholas Burlow messes up here in this turn, he is going to win your regular season finale at Homestead for the Hauck Designs Truck Series.
That is Nicholas Burlow's second win of the season. Dave Gage, he caught up pretty good on that entire lap. He went from 4.5 seconds down to 3.5 seconds down by the time Nicholas Burlow crossed that checkered flag.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fastest truck on the track at the end of the race was Tim Wilkin, but obviously the pit strategy didn't work out, so...
Yeah. I mean, Tim Wilkin, he still finished in the top 5, which is something I'm really surprised about. I really thought that he was going to finish, I would say 8th, but he managed to keep it in 4th.
Yeah, for sure. But Nicholas Burlow is your winner. We are going to be right back after these messages, and we'll bring in your top 3 finishers, your podium finishers, after this break. This presentation is brought to you by the Electronic Motor Racing Network. We are a for-hire broadcaster. If you would like us to stream your league, contact DayPaulB661 on Discord, member number 1015. Thank you, and enjoy the race. And we are back at Homestead Miami Speedway. I am going to try to pull in. Well, I can't pull anybody, so I'm gonna have to type to these guys. Hey, come on in. So give us just a second. Oh, Riley Hoots is here. Wait, Riley's not a podium finisher.
Yeah, he accidentally joined.
Okay, so we're here with Brendan Mathia, your 3rd place finisher. Brendan, well done today. Tried holding off that 404, but didn't quite have enough there at the end. Decent strategy after the stage break, but the first stage kind of haunted you in that race, didn't it?
Yeah, too many Quinn House out there. Yeah, I don't know. I went 2 laps down. I was able to regain it, luckily, but I don't know. Truck was horrible all day. Not very good at this track. Didn't even put practice in, so kind of my fault. Is what it is. Tim and Riley were way faster than me, so.
But hey, I mean, you still finished 3rd place after not even putting any practice in, so you gotta feel good about that.
Yeah, I mean, feels a little undeserving, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm happy with it regardless. So
Yeah.
So yeah, just look forward to Auto Club, a track that I'm actually familiar with, a track I actually like. So definitely looking forward to that, kicking off the playoffs.
Yeah, the first race of the playoffs, you won the regular season championship. How do you feel about that? That was a good season for you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I wanted to get a win this year, but consistency is key. I was up there, I feel like, majority of the time. Had a couple unfortunate events happen throughout the year, but for the most part, it was a really good season. Just look forward to the playoffs. Maybe I can finally get a win or at least contend for the championship. That's my biggest thing, is just wanting to be competitive in the end.
Yeah, I'd say you are definitely succeeding at that. You are competitive week in and week out. Maybe this one wasn't the best week for you, but you still you still came out with a podium finish. So well done. Anybody you'd like to thank here before we let you go?
You guys for doing the broadcast, and um, KPM, James, uh, Patrick for throwing this league together. It's been a pretty fun year. My first league ever, so uh, still pretty new to all of this, and still trying to get used to it. Yeah. And shout out to Dave. That dude's car was on rockets out there. I don't know. He must have been cheated up or something. But yeah, dang. But yeah,
You gonna do your Ward Burton impression?
no.
Yeah, you're not Matt. All right. Well, we're gonna let you go. Well done with your top three finish, and good luck in the chase here this season. Got 5 more races, I want to say.
Yeah, thank you. I'll try to practice for next week.
All right. See you, Brendan.
All right, I'm sure you're able to, Mr. Dave Gage in here now.
Yes, I am.
Where you going? There I am.
Dave was talking. I'm sorry about that, but I pulled you in, and you got a good podium finish. That was, dude, you were really fast there at the end of the race. You were catching Burlow by half a second a lap. Just not enough laps. I mentioned in the broadcast you needed about 10 more laps, and you would have been there. But really fast. Good job, Dave.
He was fast the whole race. I got to give it to him. He ran a great race right there from the beginning. I got a pole, which is very surprising for me. I'll take it. I'm happy with that. Got out in front for a little bit, and then he got around me. And the thing with Burlow is once you let him get past you, he's just not going to mess up. So I just tried to follow him and did all right. And then the first pit stop there, first green flag pit stop, I messed up. I missed my spot. Had to back up into it. And that put me behind a bunch. Or I'm sorry, at the caution at the brake. So went out and got back out a little bit behind everybody, worked my way back up through, had a good time. I was trying to pull a little bit of fanciness on the strategy there. Burlow went in early, and I tried to run it a little further, hoping that I'd have 5 or 6 lap newer tires at the end, and I did. But by that point, he was 7 seconds ahead of me, and he just slowed himself down. That's why I was catching him so hard. He slowed off just a little bit, but I wasn't letting up none. I was running that truck for everything it was worth.
Yeah, I mean,
we could definitely tell. Go ahead, Brody.
That was an insane race by you, I will say. Even though you didn't win you did pretty good that race, and you were catching up to him. Even if he was slowing down, you were still doing pretty good. You got a little loose there. I'm sure that made you a little nervous. But...
especially all the way at the end. I'm like, I've done this good so far. I'm doing good. Oh God, I'm loose. I'm gonna die. But I straightened it up.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, good race. Part-time driver, finished second place. Yeah,
I've been doing a lot of race control and all that, and I was excited for today. I actually really enjoy this track. I don't know why. I just do it. It clicks with me, so there was no way I was missing.
It's a pretty unique track, so I can understand why a lot of people, including you, like this.
Yeah,
this track, but
for sure. I hope it wasn't too boring of a race to call. There was a bunch of excitement in the beginning there, then a long green flag run at the end, but we tried to make it a little exciting.
We talked about a whole lot of stuff. We definitely filled the time, Dave.
Nice.
But hey, I want to mention you said that you were really surprised about being on the pole. We were just as surprised. How'd you do that, man?
Put my foot in it. I closed my eyes, and I got to the end and turned left. I'll be honest.
Take
I have
the wheel.
no idea. It's sure enough, man. I mean, look, the Hauck Designs truck I got on here has lights and sirens on it because I am Sheriff Buford T. Justice. And I put them lights and sirens on. I said, look out, I'm coming through. And I actually turned the lap, looked up, and went, I did what? And we all giggled. We all giggled because I was like, it said, you're the fastest, you're on pole. And I was like, wait a minute. You sure? But I was excited. I don't think I've pulled a pole out of the ASMR seasons yet. So I'm going to chalk that one up. Even though it's on the part-time league, I'll take it. That's exciting for me.
I've done it too. I did it at Richmond. I got the pole, and I was just as surprised as I'm sure you were.
Yes, sir. I sure was. And then even keeping the lead for the first couple laps there, running with Burlow, I was impressed. Like I said, that man's unstoppable. Once he gets clicking off laps, he doesn't mess up. So your only chances is stay in front of him or be faster. And I know I'm not quite as fast as him. I can be on a short run, but on the long runs, he's still a little faster than me. So I tried to keep him behind me as long as I could, but that was that.
Well done on your podium finish, second place.
Appreciate
I know it's not for points, but is there anyone you'd like to thank here tonight for everything that happened here?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We got a bunch of them. I'll try to be fast about it. We got Hauck, Ed. He does amazing paints, as you can see from my truck. Not only is it amazing, he makes them personal and makes them fun. That's why we love him. He also hosts this series, Hauck Designs Truck Series. So we love that. We love you guys for doing the broadcast. I mentioned the other night in one of the broadcasts, every time I get to do one of these, I do a race in this broadcast. I send the link out to my dad. He really enjoys watching the race, and he talks to me about it and everything. He's the one that got me into NASCAR, so he gets to feel excited like I'm in my own little NASCAR world there. He goes and shows all his friends and everything, so it's really exciting. I'm really happy you guys broadcast.
Sounds a lot like my dad.
Hell yeah, you gotta love it, man. If he can be a part of it by watching it and cheering me on and doing all that, it makes him feel good, and it makes me feel
Yeah.
good that he does cheer me on. So that it feels really cool. Here I am, a 46-year-old man, and getting all kind of giddy to once again try to impress my dad because you know what, he's a hell of a dude.
Yeah.
And that's all I can do, and that's the only dad I got. So I'm gonna try to impress the shit out of him the rest of my life, and hopefully this will help do it.
One thing I will say, definitely next year you should try to run full time in the truck series because I mean, every time you're racing in the trucks, you're on fire pretty much.
Yeah, I do enjoy the trucks. I really do. We're probably thinking about from what we've been hacking around in ASMR, we might go to one series anyway, and I'm pushing for trucks too because I do
Yeah.
fit well with the trucks. I don't know why I run a lot better usually in the trucks than I do the cars.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to try to stick with it. At the end of my thanks here, I'm going to thank my team, Oversteer, Understeer Motorsports. We were together again tonight doing we had people doing spotting. We had Oversteer himself doing spotting for us, made a guest appearance. We had Mr. Ed Hauck running with us. And we had me. We were out there just clicking laps, trying to make things work. We work together as a team, and I love it. I absolutely love it. We have ECM, East Coast Motorsports. I'm a part of. Great group of dudes. Uh, they have my back. I got their back. We love racing together and learning with each other. And then, of course, my old standard, All American Motorsports. That's another team that I'm on that we love. We run races together and everything. I think that's all I'm going to say, except for my one last one that I always thank. And one day, Brendan, you'll understand this. I know Alan will. I'm going to thank my wife. Look, she puts up with us. We're hooting, we're hollering, we're screaming, we're doing all kinds of stuff until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And she just chuckles and laughs and says, do your thing. I know it makes you happy. So I'm always going to throw the thanks her way. And I appreciate you guys letting me get all them thanks out.
No problem, Dave. Good luck on Monday. That's the race. That's the race you're running for points in, and man,
Cup
you're gonna
cars
be
here, so
you're gonna be running with me. So definitely
Uh-oh.
good luck.
We're going to need it. We're going to need it. We got a bunch of ringers in that series, of course. We always got Clark out front. He's fast, so I'm going to do my best to try to keep up with him. We
Same
got
here.
Brendan, who you just interviewed, who is incredibly fast. He'll be out there and he'll be competitive on Monday night. So if you guys are out there watching, go ahead and tune in on Monday night because it's going to be a hell of a race. It's either going to be one heck of a wreck fest and we're all going to be mad at each other, or it's going to be a fast race. We don't know yet.
Look for that on BRM, Burnt Rubber Media on YouTube. And if it's not there, then I'm sure it'll be on Ed Hauck's Twitch channel, which maybe we'll put a link in there somewhere.
GT16 or GT16 350 or 16 GT 350. That's it. 16 GT 350 on Twitch. That's
type it in the chat. Type it in the chat if anybody's there.
Sure.
But,
for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna let you go, and we're gonna pull Nick Burlow in here. Thank you, Dave. Good luck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you. Have a great night, gal.
And we are here now with Nicholas Burlow, tonight's winner of the race. Nick, you got a copy?
I do. What's up?
You did a great job in tonight's race. I mean, it was almost a flawless race for you. I was I was a little surprised by the restarts. You kind of almost looked like you jumped a couple of them, but at the same time, like it looked like you just timed them perfectly, and the guy next to you spun their tires.
Yeah, that last one where Ed started, I mean, I gauged off of him, and he definitely spun a little bit, but I was kind of surprised he took the outside. But that definitely happened. All the other cautions, or all the other restarts, I was in the lead, so that's why I got an obvious jump there, because I paced it. Everyone had to go with me, but
Yeah. What about the beginning start? You kind of beat Dave Gage to the line, but I don't think anybody thought anything of it. Was that just Dave getting a little bit on the gas a little bit late, or what happened there?
I just think I got on hit the green better. 'Cause I went right on green, at least on my screen. So maybe my reaction time was just slightly better. But
Yeah,
from
from what I saw, you went right on green, so you got no worry about that.
yeah, I mean, if I jumped a start, I'm not aware of. I thought all my starts were about as good as they can get. I'm always focused on staying in my lanes. I'm used to running the public races, and as soon as I get a gap, like high side, I go up there. But I always gotta like remember in this league, I gotta stay in my lane, regardless where I'm at, until the
Yeah.
start finish. But
Well, enough about that. I don't wanna down your do anything to down on you.
You're
But
good.
you did an absolutely awesome job in this race. Just got the lead, stayed out there, pulled away from everybody. Even your pit stops were flawless. So tell us about your race, and we interviewed you for the stage break. What happened after that?
Well, just trying to that first caution right after the stage break. I guess I can't remember if there was one or two, but I was trying to just gauge when I was gonna pit, and then that one caution had it to where whenever we went green, I had like if I would have had to pit again, it was like a lap and a half fuel. So I was contemplating just running super slow, just conserving fuel and not pitting at all. But then my fuel calculator was burning a lot more fuel than what it was estimated at first. So I gave up on that plan and just split it 25 and 25 laps, and seemed like that was the best choice.
Yeah, I think Tim Wilkin might have been trying to do something to that effect, and it actually cost him a top 3 finish. But yeah, I mean, you had a great race there. Brody, you got anything for him?
No, just overall, just an amazing race by you. You know, you were fast the entire race.
I appreciate it.
Um,
So,
Anybody you'd like to thank before you get out of here?
I want to thank the league at ASMR. Always a blast for running these guys. Well, 9 times out of 10, I guess, but we all have our bad days. And you guys for watching the stream or making the stream. I'll be watching it later on, just seeing how it goes. But it's always fun, man. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely, it's our pleasure. But yeah, Nick, well done on this race. Go celebrate that win. Regular season finale. You're in the playoffs. Hey, I guess I forgot to mention. How do you feel about making the playoffs here, even though you've only even though you missed the first 3 races of the season?
Well, I'm kind of excited actually because last season I made the playoffs and I was going to be in the final 4, but I'm in the Air Force Reserve, so I had to go to do some duty away from home. So I missed the last 2 weeks. So I was kind of salty about that because I was in first for the last probably entire last half of the season, and then I had to bail the last 2 weeks, which kind of sucked. But I want redemption on last season, but we'll see. I'm mostly excited about the Glen coming up because I'm a road course fan, so usually do pretty well at those things. But that's my highlight for the playoff calendar, at least.
Oh yeah, you and Wilkin were battling with each other throughout the last road course, which I think was Canadian Tire.
Yeah, it was, and
that was an intense battle.
yeah, unfortunately, I mean, it was kind of relieving when he kind of spun out, but I mean, I hated to see it because it was a fun battle. But you know, when you're battling with one other guy and he makes a mistake, he's kind of a little relief. You know what I mean? Towards the end, it's like, okay, I just got to be smooth now, and it's it's clean. But
And at the same
usually
time, it
not that
makes it
lucky.
boring.
Yeah, it was boring towards the end, but it's a trade-off. I'd rather lose a close race than win a blowout because, like I said, it's boring. Rather battle the whole time. It's just fun for me.
Well, we're gonna let you go. Good luck in the playoffs. I'm sure you're gonna do really well, and I think it's gonna be a pretty intense battle, especially between you and Mathia and Riley. Riley's fast too.
Yeah, he is. That's for sure. But it'll be fun. I'm excited.
All right, we'll talk to you later, Burlo.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
Oops, I sent him into the driver chat. General. Okay, so that's gonna wrap things up pretty much for us, guys. Brody, what'd you think of that race? That was pretty incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a good way to start off your commentating debut. This was a pretty intense race, even though there wasn't really any cautions after the first 30 laps. It was still a pretty entertaining race. We were talking about a bunch of stuff throughout the broadcast, just keeping it entertaining, and it was pretty good. It was a good race in general. It's always cool to see people like this racing hard for a win, even though if they're not close, they're 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds behind, but they still managed to catch up. That just shows that how hard they were battling for that. But overall, this was a really good race. Probably my favorite race I've seen with ASMR Truck Series so far.
Yeah, it was. The ending was, while it wasn't really close, it was really cool seeing the 404 just catching the 88 as fast as he was. He ended up from a full straightaway to a half a straightaway back, just in those last 10 laps. It was incredible, but ultimately, yeah. Nick Burlo got the win, and it was just an impressive win by him. So we're gonna see you guys at Auto Club Speedway, and that is going to be the first race of the chase for the ASMR Hauck Designs Truck Series. It's going to be an exciting event. And Brody, this is Brody Tolstika and Alan Bledsoe. Yep. And we'll see you guys next time.